feel like this is too bright. Let's make it darker. Is that good? Kind of like that ambiance going on right there. Maybe a little darker. Now I'm comfortable. Let's do this. No, I'm just kidding. Even though that would be freaking awesome. Let's just have a video in the dark. You can just listen to me talk. Anyways, let's get it to a point of where you can see me good enough, but you can't see everything. That's too much. That's everything. I'm exposed. Good enough. All right, here we go. All right, guys, One Fit Bruja here, and welcome back to the channel. And today I have for you money oil that I'm doing some money oil because I felt the need to do so. My spirit guides are like, hey, bitch, now's the time. You need to go do this. So I'm doing a money oil, and I'm going to show you guys how I make my own personal money drawing oil, just in case you guys would like to try that out and see if that meshes with your energy. And I told you guys I was going to do a success oil, and I am actually waiting for a few things to arrive, so hopefully I might be able to get that up tomorrow. No guarantees. I actually wanted to do it today, so I might wait until next Saturday because I like using Saturn's energy for money and success. That's just my personal opinion, so it may happen tomorrow, it may not, but either way I'm going to get the oil done. But for now, I'm going to show you guys how to make this money oil so you guys can do it too and have your lives filled with abundance and that nice cash flow that we're always working our butts off to get. So let's get into this. Alright, so you guys are going to need some frankincense and myrrh incense, or any sort of incense that will pair very well with money working. And here I have my selenite wand with some citrine, tiger's eye, clear quartz, and green adventuring. These all work very well for any sort of money working. You can also use pyrite, and I have thyme and basil. I have a white filter candle going. You do not need to have that if you do not have it. I have a road opening candle that removes blockages, olive oil, an empty bottle, green glitter that is not necessary if you do not have it, a green working candle. I have cloves, and a nice little hack for this is to use pumpkin spice. So that has allspice, cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg in it. And those are my thyme and my basil over there, and I have a little tiny sliver of actual money on that plate. And then I have my essential oils. I got my sandalwood, patchouli, and my frankincense over there. First off, I'm going to start by cleansing myself, my space, and of course my items before I start. Also, I would like to add that there is a full moon in Scorpio going on when I made this video and did this working. So just a little tidbit of information there. I do like to correlate a lot of my magics with the moon phase and the days of the week to make them that much stronger. It's just a personal preference, and you do not have to do that, but this is just what I'm doing here. Now that my space is cleansed to my liking, I am calling upon my spirit guides and Ganesh to help empower this working. So I decided to work in mostly threes for this working, but certain things called out to me to use the number 9, so I switched it up a little during this process. But here I am adding thyme, and thyme is a money magnet herb, so I'm going to add about 3 pinches of that. Next up, I am collecting some basil, and basil is great for abundance and money, so I'm going to go ahead and put 3 pinches of basil in there as well. Next up, we're gonna go in with our money magic hack. So take that pumpkin spice. Yes, you can use it. Just enchant it, empower it, bless the pumpkin spice. It's really all nutmeg, allspice, ginger, and cinnamon. Everything that I just named off is great for money magic and to put into a money oil. It is in powder form, and some people don't like to use powder form. They prefer to have a whole dried version of each spice that I named off, but this is what I had on hand. So this is what I'm using. So this is basically like a life witchy hack. So if you have this in your pantry, it will work just the same. So I'm gonna go in with 3 pinches of that, and all of these spices are good for attracting money. So here I am with the cloves, and I chose to use this one in 9s. And cloves is very good for bringing in money and bringing it in fast. So for this, when I was adding them one by one, I like to say some affirmations, if you want to call it that, a little bit of law of attraction method here. I like to say, bless me with abundance, bless me with prosperity, bless me with money. And I like to say that in a sense of, I already have it. I have money. I am abundant. I am prosperous. So you have to envision yourself already having what you want, and then that's how you will get there. And of course, I like to enchant between everything I add. That's just how I am. You don't necessarily have to do this. Some people wait until they add every single thing into their bottle or add every single thing into their working, and then they will enchant last. But this is just how I do it. Next up, you are seeing me picking up my Tiger's Eyes chips, and I have 9 of these. And these will enhance your personal power. And Tiger's Eye, you can't really go wrong with this stone. You can use it for multiple things to enhance the power of that, because you are putting your own power into your spell work, your working, whatever you're doing. So that's just going to amplify it and have a stronger connection with you. So I'm going to go ahead and add 9 of these. And like the cloves, I like to be super mindful about what I'm putting into the bottle. So my imagery has to be on point. I'm gonna say some positive affirmations, some law of attraction, just like I did with the cloves as I add them in one by one. Next up, I just picked up a piece of green adventurine. And green adventurine is great for attracting abundance and bringing in good fortune. And I felt like this should definitely go in there. So this is what I did here. Next up, I do have a small piece of US money, just like the tiniest little corner, so I don't go to jail. But that's what I did there. Some people put in like pennies or something like that, but I figure I don't want to have all that stuff in there if I end up anointing small parts of myself with this oil. So I just decided to have the smallest piece ever. You can also get money that is out of rotation and put it into the bottle as well. Chose to put in the US money because that is the money that I need to attract. I don't want to attract money from other countries because that's not going to do me any good because I live in the US. So that's why I did that. And then you saw me go in with the clear quartz, which can help enhance any vibration of energy that you just put into your working. So I want to enhance the vibration of, I want to attract the money, I want to attract the prosperity, I want to attract abundance. So that clear quartz will help me do so. Next up, I am filling up my bottle with the oil of the gods, olive oil, and I would not fill it up all the way. Leave a little bit of space because we're going to go in with the essential oils and you don't want your stuff to overflow once you put the cork on it. And of course, enchant, enchant, enchant. Get all your energy and your mind's eye in there. Next up, I am going in with my frankincense essential oil. And I'm going to do 3 drops of this. And this oil is very good for attracting money. You can also use frankincense resin. I've seen plenty of witches do that, but I did not have any on hand. So here is a nice tip for you guys. If you do not have it, you use the oil instead, or vice versa. Next up, I'm going to go in with the patchouli essential oil, and this is great for attracting prosperity and specific needs in your money department problems. So I'm going to go in with 3 drops. Next up, I'm going to go in with one of my favorite essential oils, and that is sandalwood. Sandalwood is great for numerous workings, but for this one, I'm going to use it to attract prosperity. And I'm going to go in with 3 drops, and the struggle was real to get this one out of the bottle, obviously. And yes, it did smell amazing. And now I'm going to light my working candle. You guys have probably noticed, like, hey, Biz, you forgot to light your candle. No, for my money oil, I like to do it last, because when I am done recording this, I'm going to be here for a while, putting my mind's eye, my intent, and chanting my incantation and focusing on getting the right energy and, imagery into my working. So that's why I did it last. And now I added the green glitter because the money in the US is green, and I'm using that color correlation there to attract what I want. And now I'm just inserting our US currency symbol into my oil, so oil knows, hey, she wants this money, not, foreign money. She needs US money because she lives here. She needs to attract that money. So I'm placing that symbol into my money oil. And at this time, I start chanting my incantation. Money that is mine, may it always flow into my life on time. And I will say this however many times I feel I need to do so. And I'm going to go ahead and give that a little shake to wake up my ingredients to activate their money magic. And take a look at that. It's beautiful. Look at all the green. You guys do not need the glitter. I mean, that's just something I thought I'd add to correlate, some color with the money that I'm trying to attract. But you do not need it. It's beautiful without it, obviously. And now I'm going to do 9 drops of wax to seal in all that goodness and heighten the energy a little bit more. You do not have to, but this is something I felt like I should do. When I'm done with this, I will place my working candle and my oil next to each other, and I will let my working candle burn all the way out. I will most likely blow out my blockage candle because I do not feel the need to keep it lit the whole time, but you can if you want. I will place more of my mind's eye into the working, and then I will let it do its thing next to a big hunk of citrine. You can use pyrite also if you have it. Alright guys, so that is how I make my own personal money oil. And just to give out some tips on how to use this, what I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to anoint my front door with this in US currency dollars. So the S with the line through it, just in case you don't know, or if you're not from here, then that's our currency sign. Your currency sign to attract money may be different, but that can be used as a symbol slash sigil to have money come into your life. So that's what I'm going to do with my oil. I'm going to place that on my front door, and I'm also going to anoint a few things that are on my money altar that I do work on daily to keep that, you know, cash flow into my home and into my bank account. I think I might actually bring this to work and anoint my department store with it, which shouldn't be a problem. That might be a problem for some of you, but in my workplace, I can get away with murder. I'm just kidding. I can't get away with murder, but but I work with a lot of chill people, and there's another witch that I do work with at work, and my boss is actually really cool with what I do, and she loves it. So I'm pretty sure she'd be fine with that. So I'm going to anoint the door with a US currency sigil for work as well, so I can have that cash flow be present at work and cash flow be present when I get home, etc., etc. I'm just throwing some things out there. There's plenty of other things that you can do with this. I made this versatile because I don't like making a shit ton of oils for everything. I want one oil to work for many different workings, for many different types of magics. So you can use this in any sort of money magic. It will attract money to you or to another person. If you want to use it for another person, you can give this away to a friend who's struggling financially right now. Tell them to do such and such with it to help bring money into their home or into their life. Another tip for money magic. A lot of times people end up imagining themselves attaining that money but spending it on a bunch of things. So what you're doing imagery wise is sabotaging the magic you are initially trying to bring into your life. What you want to do, and what I do, is I imagine myself having that money and only having that money. You do not want to imagine yourself out there, you know, living it up, pretending you're Cardi B over there spending all your money at the metaphysical shop, okay? You don't want to do that, okay? You want to picture yourself having the money, and then that's all that you want. That's all that you want. That is the one focus that your spirit guides and your deities can help you get. You're attaining that one object, and that's more simple than like, oh, I want my Bugatti, I want my house, I want this, I want that. I'm gonna spend all the money on this, so I need a large amount of money. Don't be greedy, okay? Money comes to you when you're more logical about why you need the money. But just picture yourself one step at a time, guys, one step at a time. Just picture yourself with the money, obtaining the money. You have it in your hands. You're taking it out of your bank account. You're seeing the digits in your bank account that you want to see, that you've been waiting to see, and that makes you happy. You are fulfilled. You need to have that feeling when you're performing any sort of money magic. You are fulfilled. You have what you need already. So just work towards making that happen once you are done performing the work. Just obtaining the money, not spending it on a bunch of stuff. Just focus on the money, okay? That helps volumes you don't even know. So just picture that when you are doing any sort of money magic. You do not want to go overboard and screw it all up thinking about a bunch of other crap that you want to get with your money. That's not the purpose, okay? So that is a really good tip. I suggest doing that when you're doing any sort of money magic. All right, guys, keep it simple. This is just how I do mine. Notice that I didn't have my working candle going for most of the video because I chose to do it last. I like to meditate a while on my money magics. So I like to light it last and then put most of my focus into it while the candle is lit. So that's why I chose to do that. You do not have to do that. You can keep that lit the whole time if you want. And I'm gonna blow my blockage candle out with Ganesh's picture on it there. He represents roads being open so the cash flow can come into my life. You do not need that candle. If you do not have one, you don't have to have one. It's okay. It'll still work just fine without it. It's all about the intent, your mind's eye, placing that imagery and that power from within, from your ancestors, your guides. Place that into your working, okay? You are everything and more. You are all that you need for your magic to work, honestly. I swear to God. You are everything. You are that divine being. You just have to believe it's so, and all these things will come into your life. So have faith in yourself. That's, if you do not have strong faith in yourself, your magic will fail. Okay? So believe in yourself. You really have to for magic to work. Okay? So now that my lecture is over, I hope you guys like this money oil and that you give it a try and see if it meshes well with your energy. And until next time, I will hopefully be back with my Crown of Success oil, and I will see all you lovely little brujitas later.